We are hearing Upadesamrita. Yesterday we heard 8th verse and translation. Again, I will read the translation. Engage the tongue and mind in the gradual process of chanting and remembering Krishna's names, forms, pastimes, and so forth. Reside in Braja and spend all your time as a follower of those who have deep attachment to Krishna. This is the essence of all instruction. Deep attachment means rag. Those follow Brajavasis, they have anurag, deep attachment for Krishna. Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives Bengali song first. Nam adir smriti ar kirtaniyame niyojita koro jihva chito krome krome. Gradually engage the tongue and mind in the practices of remembrance and chanting of Krishna's name, pastimes, and so on. Rajabasi Anuragir Seva Anusar Sarva Kalo Bhajo Ei Upadesha Sar. Reside in Braja and serve at all times, following the services of those who have deep attachment to Krishna. This is the essence of all instructions. So, because this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching, Rupa Goswami is establishing in this world. This is the point of Gauriya Bhajan, Braja Bhajan, to worship Krishna in Vrindavan, to serve him as Brajavasis do. This is the essence of all of Mahaprabhu's teaching. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives prose explanation. In this 8th verse, the process and place for service are prescribed. According to the process for gradual development and for the purpose of attaining constancy in one's practice, engage the tongue and mind in regulated practice of beautiful chanting and remembrance of Krishna's name, form, pastimes, and so on. Reside in Braja and spend all your time as a follower of those who have deep attachment to the nectar of Braja. In this service within the mind, it is necessary to reside in Braja within the mind. Then, because Braja means where Krishna is the only enjoyer, all are to be enjoyed. So when one practices Raganuga sadhana, externally he will do chanting and other forms of devotion, but inside in his spiritual form, he will reside in spiritual Vrindavan and serve Radha Krishna according to time and according to his guide and what is your own seva that you will do internally. That seva no one else can see from outside. Like someone can see you chanting Konjapamala or doing kirtan or cooking or serving Vaishnavas, but that internal seva of Radha Krishna from outside no one can see, but those who are also on that platform, spiritual platform, they can also see that, they can detect. Once it happened, I think it was in relation to Ramachandra Kaviraj and Srinivasacharya. I'm not fully sure, or maybe Shaman or someone, when disciple also entered into that meditation, and in that meditation he was seeing his guru in his spiritual form, what he's doing, and doing that service for guru in that lila. So one who can connect to that platform, he can also see, but others will not be able to see. There was something, Radharani's, I forgot the details, but Radharani's some ornament was lost, and Srinivasacharya, I think he was searching in his spiritual form in Lila and did not come out. Then others became worried. Then Ramachandra or someone, I don't know, but the point was that that qualified disciple, he entered into that Lila and he told to others there is no problem with Gurudev, but he's searching. So ultimately this disciple found that and gave to Gurudev, and then everything was resolved. So those who can enter that platform, our Gurudev also one time, he just little he revealed. He said that when you enter that lila, then you will see, oh, you are also here. Like someone, some God brother or some Guru Varga, they disappeared. Means they are serving in lila. So when you will be eligible to enter into that lila, then you will see, oh, you are also here. Means that Maharaj, but in his spiritual form. They are all eternal. Atma of every living entity is eternal. So, but we are now bound. But those who are in the service of Krishna, they are in their spiritual form, they are always serving Krishna Lila. Then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur also, no, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur also gives song first. Krishna Nam Rup Gun Lila Chatushtai Guru Mukhe Shunilei Kirtan Udoy. Only when the souls hear about Krishna's name, form, qualities and pastimes from the mouth of Shri Guru can their glorification of them begin. Means first you have to hear Guru Mukhe Shunilei. When you, after hearing, then Kirtan Udoy, then Kirtan will start. You will recite, repeat what you heard. Kirtita hoile krome smaran anga paye. Kirtan smarana kale krom pothe dhai. As Shri Krishna's name, pastimes and so forth are glorified, means kirtan, recited, souls gradually reach the practice of remembrance. So here you see how Prabhupada wrote, Kirtito hoile krome smaran angapai. By the power means gradually, by the practice of kirtan, gradually one will come to the point of this smaran anga, the limb of devotion known as smaran. Souls gradually reach the practice of remembrance. During the period of glorification, that is kirtan, and remembrance, smaran, souls progress through the stages on the path. Tataruchi John Jihva Mon Milaiya Krishna Anuragi Braja Jananus Moria Nirantar Brajabhas Manasa Bhajan Ei Upadesh Sar Koroho Grohan. Souls who have developed taste engage their tongue and mind, that is kirtan and smaran, Meditate on the residents of Braja who have deep love for Krishna, reside always in Braja, and engage in service within their minds. Accept this as the essence of all instructions. This we have to reach. This is the point of Mahaprabhu's teaching. By following all the practices that will give us this. Then Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur gives prose, commentary. A practitioner who has not developed taste, ruchi, should engage the tongue, which is fond of other tastes, and the mind, which desires other things, in chanting, remembrance, and so on of Krishna's name, form, qualities, and pastimes according to the gradual path. And upon developing taste, they should reside in Braja and spend their time following the residents of Braja. So as Jiva Goswami also wrote in Bhakti Sandarbha, there are two stages, Ajata Ruchi and Jata Ruchi. Ajata means when Ruchi is not born, like literal meaning, Ajata. And Jata Ruchi, when it is already born. So those who did not attain Ruchi, they have to take this Harinam, Nam Rup Gun Lila, Kirtan and Smaran as medicine. Yesterday we heard. With faith and constantly we have to chant to purify our heart as medicine. Then the ultimate result of that practice will be that we will attain Ruchi. When we will attain Ruchi, then service will become automatic, spontaneous. Then Vaidhi Bhakti is not necessary anymore. No one needs to tell you, you have to chant. Because you are eternal servant of Krishna, and if you will not do this, you will have to suffer these miseries of this world. So it is better you should chant. So such type of Vaidhi Bhakti instructions will not be necessary anymore, because already you will have taste to serve Krishna and feeling of your eternal relation with Krishna. So from that automatically service will go. Then you are eligible for staying in Vrindavan, either physically or mentally, and spend all time in the service of Krishna under the guidance of those who are serving Krishna. So there is also guidance in Raganuga, but they are not instructing the things of Vaidhi Bhakti. They are only instructing how to serve, at what time to serve, what is your seva, what to assist, like this, that type of guidance. So Vidhi Marga Rata Jane Svadhinata Ratna Dane. When one will follow Vidhi Marga, path of Vidhi, means rules and regulations given by Shastra and Guru for gradual purification, when one will accomplish that, fulfill that, then the result will be you will get freedom from those things. You need not follow those and need not receive such instructions, because already Ruchi will guide you. Still, those who are in preaching, they may be Raganugas, but those who are in preaching, if they are not Avadutas, they will still follow all the limbs of Vaidhi Bhakti in order to be example for others. Not out of their own necessity, but for example of others. But if someone is like Avadhut, then even that he will not follow. He will only follow his own special mood. Like that is why those who are in Raga Marg, Uttamadhikaris, and they are Avadhutas, like Banshidas Babaji Maharaj, it is very difficult to understand their activities, and you may commit offense by thinking wrongly. So Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, he forbade his disciples to go near him. From far they can offer obeisance, he's a pure devotee, topmost devotee, but don't go near, because you will not understand his activities and you will judge according to the level you are in, those rules and regulations, and you will think he is not a devotee. But that will be wrong. But like Prabhupada, he is also Manjari, he is in that platform. But he was ordered to preach. So he was following all the rules and regulations as example for us to follow. So, and then upon developing taste, when one will get ruchi and then raga marga korano pravesh, they should reside in Braja, Vrindavan, and spend their time following the residents of Braja. This is the essence of all instructions. First, in the life of a practitioner is the stage of hearing, Shravan Dosha. You hear from Guru, Vaishnava's Shastra. By hearing about Krishna's name, Krishna's form, Krishna's qualities, and Krishna's pastimes, at that time, the stage of acceptance, Varandosha, arrives. You believe and you accept it. And then the practitioner begins to chant about what they have heard. That is kirtan. By engaging in chanting with their heart, they come to the stage of remembrance, smaran dosha. The 5 types of remembrance are known as smaran, dharan, dhyan, anusmriti, and samadhi. Smaran is remembrance mixed with distraction. You are thinking of Krishna and then your mind goes somewhere else. That is smaran. Dharan is remembrance free from distraction. Like you are fixed in your thinking. Then dhyan is meditation on the entire body of the object of meditation. That is fixed and whole thing. Not only one part, but whole. Anusmriti is constant meditation. He never comes out of that. And samadhi is complete constancy in meditation, free from any interruption. After the stage of remembrance is the stage of attainment, apon dosha. At this stage, the practitioner realizes their true self. That is Swarup Siddhi also called. Because when you are in Samadhi, constant meditation on Krishna Lila, then also you see yourself in relation to Krishna. Example is there in Navadip Dham Mahatmya by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. No, Navadip Bhava Taranga. He's doing Navadip Parikrama and then in that place, I think in Pulina, he enters into samadhi that is not unconsciousness. Maybe from outside, someone may think he's not aware of anything, he's unconscious, but it's just the opposite. He's fully aware. Full awareness is there in samadhi. What we are experiencing in this material consciousness, waking, dreaming, and deep sleep, that is, from that standpoint, this is all foggy, not clear, and temporary, and but that is real reality. That is very real. When you are experiencing that thing, you can understand this is real, and this all worldly experience, that is like a dream, or foggy, no value. Now, for conditioned soul, we think just opposite. We think this is now concrete reality, and that is something abstract. Lila and God, and this is something abstract. But for those who are realized, they directly are living in actual reality. For them, this is dream. That is why their necessity is totally different. They want the service of Krishna, only the service of Krishna, not anything of this world. No value. So in that Navadibhava Taranga, Bhaktivinoda Thakur enters into samadhi. Then he sees one Manjari doing her seva. Then he says, then I realize it is me, Kamala Manjari. And then they took me, Ananga Manjari, she took me to Rupa Manjari, to Lalita Saki and also to Rupa Manjari. And they blessed me, they took me in their group, they gave me seva. Rupa Manjari touched my head. Then I felt that love for Radha Krishna in following Rupa Manjari. So that is all happening in samadhi. That is Srup Siddhi. That is when you are still in this material body, in this material world, that is called Srup Siddhi, self-realization. And then in the final stage, that of fortune, Sampati Dosha, the practitioner attains absolute perfection, Vastu Siddhi. In Jaiva Dharma, this is explained. Someone is doing bhajan in this world, sadhaka, then when he attains perfection of sadhana, he will realize himself, Swarup Siddhi. But he's still in this world and in this body, so he has to take care of body. Like Madhavendra Puri also was drinking milk, and Raghunath Das Goswami was drinking whey, and Rupa and Sanatan, they were taking chapati and some chickpea what they baked. They still take care of this body, but for Krishna's service. Though they know they are not these bodies, but they are taking care of because it is Krishna's and they are using. But when one gives up this sadhak deha, and in his soul, as a soul, he enters into lila of Krishna, that is called Vastu Siddhi. That is final. And that Vastu Siddhi cannot happen if someone did not achieve Surup Siddhi. So it is not so easy. Someone thinking, yes, I'm chanting 16 rounds and I sold so many books, so when I will die, I will just go to Guru Vrindavan. It is not like that. You have to attain that level of devotion, that purity, that level of devotion when you have no any other desire of this world, no connection, nothing, but you realized who you are in relation to Krishna, then if you realize that while living in this body, then you will go to Krishna Lila. It's not so cheap. It may take one life. It is possible. If your background is good and if you are very intense in your practice and get the grace of Krishna, then you can realize in one life. But it may also take many lives. But it is not so cheap to enter into Lila of Krishna. Those who can enter, they have only one desire. That is service of Krishna in that particular way, which is revealed to them. Then you can enter. That is Sampati Dosha or Vastu Siddhi. One is Sarup Siddhi, another is Vastu Siddhi. When giving up this body, Sadhak Deho, by the will of Krishna. And that is only for those who have attained Sarup Siddhi, they can attain Vastu Siddhi. Like it is not that any devotee, sadhak, he will give a body that he will attain Vastu Siddhi. It is not necessary. Only those who achieved Swarup Siddhi in this life, they will attain Vastu Siddhi after giving up this body by the will of Krishna, not just any devotee. Like sometimes I hear devotees doing sadhana like this, then by some disease or something, according to the karma or will of Krishna, they have to give up this body. Then other devotees, they say, we will meet soon in Golok, Vrindavan. Like you already went there, and when I will die, I will also go there and I will meet you. We will meet soon. It is not so easy. Those who have attained Swarup Siddhi in this world, by their sadhana, they achieved perfection in sadhana. They will only go to Lila. And I can also go to Lila not just by dying because of some disease, but when I will have Swarup Siddhi, that is strong desire to serve only Krishna, nothing else, then I can enter there. It is not just by dying that you can go there. That is why we should also not be so relaxed. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm chanting, I'm vegetarian, I'm going to Sunday feast. So when I will die, I will go to Goloka. It is not like that. Dying does not mean anything. According to the degree of your bhajan, your realization in this life, that will go with you into next life. And when you will perfect your sadhana, then you can enter there. Not just by dying. Mahaprabhu also told to Sanatana Goswami, if I could attain Krishna just by dying, I would give up my body 100 times now. But it is not possible to attain Krishna like that. Only by bhajan you can. And according to the degree of someone's bhajan, that is why our Srila Nishkinchan Maharaj, Gurudev's god brother, he told us, you have to die before you die. Means you have to realize who you are. That kind of death, that you realize I'm not this body, I'm not this mind, I am eternal servant of Krishna. This type of dying has to happen before you have to leave the body. So our project is not only, yes, I'm doing chanting, I'm vegetarian, and when I will die, I will go. No, our project should be in this life or in any life, I have to attain this realization of who I am and who is Krishna and on Lila. Then you can go. So some devotees, they are more relaxed or slackened in their sadhana because of such type of thinking. Just I have to maintain the sadhana, and when I will die, I will automatically go to Goloka. But it is not like that. We have to engage in intense bhajan, because our human life is meant for that, so that we attain this realization while living in this body. So we have to try to attain that. Sincerely, we should do bhajan, not count on I will die, then everything is fine. Then further Prabhupada is telling, Kam teji Krishna bhaje shastra agya mani. Practitioners give up selfish desires, Kam teji, and serve Krishna according to the directives of the scriptures. Kam teji means this sense enjoyment. Krishna bhaje shastra agya mani, believing in the orders of Shastra. So by doing this, the practitioner's taste develops. First, Shastra Agya, that is Vaidhi Bhakti. The practitioner's taste develops, and when it does, then further, Vidhi Dharmachari Bhaje Krishna Rocharan. They give up their lawful duties and serve Krishna's feet. Vidhi Dharmachari Bhaje Krishna Rocharan. They will give up that Vaidhi Dharma, orders of Shastra, because now already they attain the taste, and this taste will give them impetus to serve Krishna. Not orders of Shastra or Guru, but their liking that taste. Ragatmika Bhakti Mukhya Brajavasi Jone. Tar Anugata Bhaktir Raganuga Name. The Ragatmika Bhakti of the residents of Braja is supreme. Devotion that follows them is called Raganuga Bhakti. So Ragatmika Bhakti, Mukhya Brajavasi Jone, the Brajavasis, they have Ragatmika Bhakti. They have full deep attachment to Krishna, naturally, by their constitution. And those who are following them in serving Krishna, those practitioners who want to attain that type of love of Krishna, they're called Raganugas, those who are followers of Ragatmikas. Anuga. Anugamon means following. They already have Ragatmikas, but those who want to get that rag, they are called Raganugas. Ishte swarasi ki ragah paramavishta tabhavet. Tanmaya bhavet bhakti satra ragatmikodita. Intense, natural absorption in one's beloved is called rag, attachment. Like yesterday I told, in this world, man becomes, by Maya's arrangement, becomes attracted to woman, and the woman becomes attracted to man. Then the attachment is there, and they are absorbed in thinking about that. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained, for those conditioned souls who are having such a rag in this world, attachment, so many attachments in this world, for this enjoyment, for that, for this type of food, for this man or woman, for position, all these attachments we are having, natural, by Maya. So for them, Vaidhi Bhakti is necessary. They have no natural attraction for Krishna, no natural liking to serve Krishna, no spontaneous liking to serve Krishna. So they have to get this explanation, why this is not good, karma, and why it is good to serve Krishna, and you should do it regularly, 16 rounds, 32 rounds, 64 rounds, and the Kadashi following. Otherwise you will have to suffer this material existence, birth, death, old age, disease, threefold afflictions. It is all temporary. Attachment will give you suffering when you will lose that. All these explanations we need, and there's some regulation how we will serve Krishna. Then when we do that, Vaidhi Bhakti, then these attachments will be removed and we will become attached to Krishna. When all desires are removed and we are attached to Krishna, then we can follow Raga path, not all of a sudden. Someone is fully engrossed in enjoyment of this world, especially man, woman, all these relationships, and then immediately he will start to think of Raslila, what he will think. Krishna Gopis, what he will think. His lust will be increased, not removed. So Vaidhi is necessary first. That is why Jiva Goswami told, those who have no ruchi, but by the association of some Raganuga devotee, they get appreciation for Raganuga path. They can believe this is good. So they may do according to their present eligibility, but along with Vaidhi Bhakti, not without Vaidhi Bhakti. Otherwise, what will happen? So many pseudo-sects, Hajia, all this. Enjoyment, this sense enjoyment in the name of Raganuga. So much Apasampradayas happened, especially like taking excuse of Raganuga. We are beyond rules and regulations, that is, when doing so many immoral activities. They ruin themselves, their eternal welfare, and ruining others. That is why when Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Prabhupada were sent, they did not apply that type of Ajata Ruchi Raganuga sadhana, because it was so misused and so condemned by society. They had disgust for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching, seeing them what they are doing in the name of Raganuga. So Prabhupada, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they outwardly they were following Vaidhi, moral character and proper service, regular everything. And when one attains Ruchi, then he can do that Raganuga sadhana internally, then there is no problem. It is not that they came to preach Vaidhi Bhakti, they came to give Raganuga Bhakti, but proper way how to attain that. Intense natural absorption in one's beloved is called rag, or attachment. Devotion based on rag is called ragatmika. So those who have that intense natural absorption in Krishna, they are ragatmikas. Once Gurudev told me that is strong desire to serve Krishna. Strong desire. And we can test how strong our desire to serve Krishna is by seeing how attentive I can be when chanting and doing other service, how much I like to do that service, how much I'm attracted to many things of this world, then you can understand whether you are Ragatmika or not. If you are sincere, then you can detect whether you have Ragatmika Bhakti, whether you have love for Krishna. Ragamoi bhaktir hoy Ragatmika naam, taha shuni lubda hoy kon bhagyavan. Lobe brajabasir bhave kore anugati, shastra jukti nahi mane raganugar prakriti. Bajyo abyantar ihar duito sadhan. Bajye sadak dehe kore shravan kirtan, mone nija siddha deho koria bhavan. Ratri dine kore braje Krishner sebon. These verses are all from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Devotion based on rag is called Ragatmika Bhakti. The Brajavasis they have. Upon hearing of it, some fortunate souls become greedy for it. And out of such greed, they follow the moods of the residents of Braja and do not concern themselves with scriptural reasoning. This is the nature of Raganuga Bhakti, which has so here you will find in Jaiva Dharma that Raghunath Das Babaji Maharaj had two disciples there. Others also, but these two are described here, Bijay Kumar and Brajanath. So they admitted that we are not eligible for Aganuga now. We are eligible for Vaidhi, so he gave them Diksha and all Seva. And they were practicing sincerely and for particular time. Then, when their heart was pure, then they were hearing Krishna Lila of Bhagavatam, 10th canto. And then Babaji Maharaj asked them, which associate you like most of Krishna and what kind of seva? Then they said, I feel I like Lalita and that seva, like she's doing. Another said, I like Subal. So that desire is there, and that is spiritual desire, not material desire like we are hearing gopis are the highest, manjaris are highest. Yes, I want manjari. And some others who are elderly ladies, they want, yes, Krishna should be my son. Based on material conditioning. And others, they are thinking, yes, that is highest, so I want highest, then I will be highest. So these are all material desires, not spiritual desire for which seva. Like our Gurudev told to that devotee, when you will want that, means when you will want seva, you will get it. But you are not now wanting seva, you want something else, some intellectual, theoretical knowledge, or to be highest, or to know so many things. That is not real greed, spiritual greed. That is why during Kartik, Prabhupada gave us this practice to hear Krishna Lila in brief with all his personal associates, with this hope that greed for attaining certain type of seva, not enjoyment, but seva, will arise in someone. If that really arises, bona fide guru will understand this is real greed or it is some material desire. In the name of greed, he will know. But if he will observe the real greed, he will engage that disciple in Raganuga so that he can develop that. Like in the case of these two disciples in Jaiva Dharma. He told them, yes, this is genuine greed, you should come to me separately, privately, then I will show you the way how you can develop that seva, that is Siddha Pranali. Pranali means way or process for Siddha platform. On the Siddha platform means in Lila, how to do, what to do, Pranali. That Siddha Bhav. But spiritual grit must be there and Guru must be realized. If I have mental desire, not desire for service, and Guru also is not realized, he will say something out of his own imagination. That will not be real Raganuga. Real Raganuga requires a realized soul, spiritual realization, not imagination, and spiritual grit of disciple. Then that seva will descend. Otherwise, it is mental. That will not take you to Krishna. It will take you to this world. Whatever you will think at the time of death, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj warned against this. He said those who are doing this cheap Raganuga on mental platform, in their next life they will be born as ladies and like prostitutes or something. Because they are thinking Parakiya Bhav, paramour, not married, but lover type. So if someone is doing this on mental platform during this life, next life he will be born as a prostitute. Material, this, not attaining Golok Vrindavan, though thinking so much, but it is not spiritual. So that will not take you to Lila. So we have to be careful with this false, artificial, and cheap Raganuga. We will be deprived of our spiritual welfare, eternal welfare. But of course, those who are sincere for eternal welfare, they will not be deceived. If someone has some other desires, then he will get such type of association, such type of practices. So that is why also Jiva Goswami told, you may not have ruchi, but by hearing about lila and about rag and all these things from realized soul, some soul may attain attraction for that, so he can pursue that attraction, but together with Vaidhi, not giving up Vaidhi. Otherwise disaster will be there. He will remain on material platform. And when Ruchi will awaken, then that is another stage. So Raganuga, this is the nature of Raganuga Bhakti, those who have greed, which has two aspects, an external practice and an internal practice. Externally, in the form of a practitioner, that is Sadak Deho, the soul engages in hearing and chanting and other forms of devotion, arati, cooking, everything. And internally, the soul meditates with their spiritual form and serves Krishna in Braja night and day. So if someone did not attain ruchi or that greed, how it will be possible for him to serve day and night? We are doing sadhana for some hours or something, and then other times we are enjoying and thinking other things. So how we can claim we are Raganugas? We are on Raganuga platform. If someone is doing job for Krishna's service, for maintaining his life, that does not mean. But if some other, that does not mean that he cannot be Raganuga. But if someone is engaged in some enjoyments of this world, which are unnecessary for his bhajan, then that proves that he's not on that platform and he cannot serve Radha Krishna day and night. So everything depends on eligibility. So it is the same as in we see externally in this sadhak deho. Guru will tell you, you do sandhya, you put tilak, you do mantra dhyan, you chant harinam, you cook for Krishna, you do arati, you do puja, you serve Vaishnavas, you do Nagar Sankirtan, all these kinds of sevas, gradually you are getting first Harinam. So these are external sevas. Also maintaining your life, that is also one kind of seva by honest means, but not more, not less, and in favor of Krishna. If on the pretext of service of Krishna someone engages in some enjoyments and too much accumulation and all this, then we heard that is detrimental to devotion. So these are external sevas. And when one attains that greed inside his heart for particular Brajavasi and that type of service, then Guru will also to such disciple, because he's eligible, not to everyone, like, yes, you come to me, I will give you Manjari, Swarup, I will give you this. That is not the process. When genuine greed for service is there, spiritual, not mental, and Guru will notice, then Guru will also gradually give you those sevas in Lila, like in this external, first Harinam, then other sevas gradually you are getting. There also, first you will get one seva, and you will do that. And then after some time you will get more and more seva for that internal bhajan. It is not all at once. In that internal seva also there is gradual advancement. But by external seva you have to get purification first. Then genuine greed, spiritual greed, and genuine guru, spiritually realized guru in Lila, he will give that disciple that seva, internal seva, appropriate for his natural ruchi coming from soul. So no one is against Raganuga, but Prabhupada and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they spoke against artificial Raganuga, fake Raganuga, not on spiritual platform. That is imitationism. That will not give you spiritual benefit. Tomorrow we'll further hear.